Welcome back to my channel. In this video, you are going to learn how to write and solve a two-step equation given a worded problem or a scenario. We are going to be using this example on the screen. Naila and two friends spent $21 on movie tickets and a box of popcorn. How could they figure out how much each movie ticket cost? To figure out how much each movie ticket costs, what they could do is to create an equation to represent this situation. So in creating an equation, the first thing we need to do is to define what we call our variable. Variable is a letter that we use to represent a number that we don't know yet. And in this problem, we don't know yet the cost for each ticket. So we are going to define our variable by saying let T represent the cost for each movie ticket. We use the letter T because since we're talking about tickets and T is the first letter of the word ticket and it's related to ticket, so it makes it more relatable. So we defined our variable. Once we define our variable, we can go ahead and start by thinking about how and what we are going to do to create the equation to represent this situation. So they bought 3 tickets. So it's going to be 3 times T. 3 times T mean 3 times the cost for each ticket. That would give you the total cost for the ticket they purchased. But remember, they also purchased a box of popcorn for $6. That give them a total of $21 they spent on both items. Plus, so here we're going to have plus 6 equals to 21. So let us go back again. So it is 3 friends, 3 tickets, plus 1 box of popcorn equals to $21. So this is the equation. However, in algebra, we don't write 3 times T like this with a multiplication symbol. The variable, which is the letter written beside the number, implies that you are multiplying. So we don't need to write it like this. That's not how it is written in algebra. 3T mean the same thing as 3 times T. Just rewriting this. Here. So it's 3T plus 6 equals to 21. Alright, so now we have our equation we are going to solve. So this is what we call a two-step equation. Two-step mean that we are going to take 2 steps or use 2 steps to solve it. Alright, in solving an equation, the goal is to get the variable, the unknown, the letter, by itself on one side of the equal sign, whether it be the left of the equal sign or the right of the equal sign. So I am going to label my equation. This is the left hand side of the equal sign. Over here going to be the right hand side of the equal sign. An equation is like a balance beam. Whatever you do to the left, you must do it to the right, otherwise it's going to be unbalanced. All right, so to isolate our variable, we need to get rid of the positive 6 and the 3 here, the positive 3 here. So normally we start by getting rid of the constant, right? We put this constant together and we keep the variables on one side. So I need to remove this 6 here. To do that, we use what we call inverse operation, or we do the reverse, or you can say we use property of equality. So whatever is happening here, we do the opposite. So here we have a positive 6. To get rid of this 6, we take away 6. Taking away 6 is the only way to remove the 6, to make it be 0. So whatever you do here to the left, we have to do the same thing to the right. So if I take away 6 there, I need to do the same thing over to the right. So this is going to be 0, but we don't have to write 0 because 3t plus 0 is going to be 3t. So we're going to have 3t on the left equals to 21, and you take 6 from it, you are left back with 15. So now we did one step already. Now we have 3t equals to 15. So remember, the goal is to get t by itself, and right now we still have 3 beside the t. So we still don't isolate the variable. We need to do one more thing to isolate the variable. Because remember, what we want is t, not 3t. To get rid of the 3 here, we do the opposite of what is happening to the t. The 3 is multiplying the t, so we will have to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division, to get rid of the 3. So here we divide by 3. If we divide the left by 3, we do the same thing to the right. So t here cancels this t, 3. So we are left back with t equals to, and when we divide 15 by 3, we get 5. There are 5 groups of 3 in 15. So the value of t here is 5. You can always check your answer to make sure that the value is true for the equation by substituting back the value of t in the equation. So as we said before, 3t is the same thing as saying 3 times t, which is going to be 3 times 5, which is equals to 15. And 15 plus 6 is equals to 21. So on my left hand side, it is equals to 21. And already on the right, I have 21. So the left is equals to the right. So back to the problem, how could they figure out how much each movie tickets cost? To figure that out, all they need to do is to create an equation to represent the situation and solve it. And that is how we write and solve a two-step equation.